freaky eater is someone who takes an eating habit to the extreme.
Christine is addicted to sugar.
Sugar is the love of my life.
Candy bars, jelly beans, cakes. She can't go a single hour without a sugar fix.
My cupboard cannot be empty.
Her son Kevin is sick with worry.
If things don't change, I can see getting a phone call in the middle of the night from a hospital in California.
With 1 week of intense therapy, can experts Mike Dow and JJ Virgin help Christine to let go of the past?
That addiction is not just affecting you.
You can't just take it away. You can't.
Before it destroys her future.
The stakes are high. We are talking about Christine's health, happiness, and really her life.
My mom is addicted to sugar.
47-year-old Christine is completely dependent on sugar.
When I'm chewing candy, it's comforting to me. Sugar is the love of my life.
Christine devours cake for breakfast, bags of candy for lunch, and sundaes for dinner.
My mom eats sugar all day, every day.
Each day, she consumes over 6,500 calories in nothing but sweets.
My mom can't even go 1 hour without eating sugar.
When I wake up in the morning, I have to reach over and grab my black jelly beans. I eat sweet things everywhere. I eat first thing in the morning. I eat it while I'm driving. 5 bags of jelly beans.
She has the mentality of a 5-year-old when she goes grocery shopping. It's just junk food and sugar.
This is what I'd buy. And this would only last me a week. A week.
Christine grew up on a farm in rural Nebraska as one of 8 children, but she never enjoyed any of the fresh foods the farm had to offer.
I liked the candy and the Ho-Hos and the Twinkies. They made me happy.
Christine married young, at the age of 20, and she and her husband had 2 children. But 5 years later, their marriage turned sour. After a bitter divorce, Christine's children went to live with their father. Devastated, Christine turned to sugar for comfort.
My mom being separated from us was very hard on her.
I was the single mom, I guess you could say, and so I had to be the fun mom. So when my kids came, we went for ice cream, we baked cookies, we ate candy.
She fed us sugar all the time. You could go to any cupboard, any drawer, and there was candy there waiting for you. But there was never a home-cooked, sit-down meal with my mom.
I feel like sugar makes you happy, and so when you're eating sugar constantly, you're happy, and I wanted my kids to think I was happy.
Once her children were grown, Christine moved to California to manage a restaurant and start a new life. But her addiction to sugar continued to spiral out of control.
I don't know where to turn because it's embarrassing. I don't want to feel like I'm that different from the rest of the world.
Afraid of being judged by others, Christine refuses to try new things. Instead, she uses sugar to fill the void.
I live near the beach. However, I'm extremely scared of water. I'd just stand back and I'd watch other people feeling sorry for myself.
With both her children thousands of miles away, Christine has deliberately cut herself off from the rest of the world.
My mom is halfway across the country, and I'm at Texas. She was very isolated in her life.
I feel lonely, but I will never tell that to anybody. If you're alone, you'll never have any frustrations or disappointments in life. I have to put some sugar in me so that I could at least feel energized, because I just can't let people know that I have all this pain.
After every sugar spree, Christine suffers from excruciating headaches, and lately, she noticed her moods were becoming erratic.
If I go more than an hour without sugar, you do not want to talk to me. I need sugar. Without sugar, oh my gosh.
After a recent binge on over 100 pieces of fudge, Christine suffered a debilitating headache that lasted for days.
If things don't change, I can see getting a phone call in the middle of the night from a hospital in California saying I need to get on the first flight out.
Scared for his mother's life, Kevin has flown to California to get her the help she needs.
My name is Dr. Mike Dow. I'm a psychotherapist, and I specialize in addictive behaviors and eating disorders.
My name is JJ Virgin, and I'm a board-certified nutrition specialist. Kevin called us today because he is very concerned about his mother's health, and rightly so. Her daily consumption of sugar is staggering.
Thank you very much for meeting me here. My mom doesn't know I'm here. She just lives a few blocks down, and I want to make sure that she gets some help. I live in Texas, and she doesn't have anybody else out here, so she's certainly lonely, and it is a lot of isolation.
The stakes are high. We are talking about Christine's health, happiness, and really her life.
All right, well, let's go meet her.
I'm nervous. My mom's really stubborn and stuck in her ways, and it's going to be hard for JJ and Dr. Dow to crack that.
Coming up, will Kevin's plea be enough to convince Christine to change?
I don't want you to take it away. You can't just take it away. You can't.
For the past 20 years, Christine has been held hostage by her addiction to sugar. Over the next week, freaky eater specialists will attempt to help her break free.
Christine has no idea that Kevin, JJ, and I are about to enter in her life and help her to enter treatment.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
It's been a while, huh?
What are you doing here?
Can we come in?
Oh yeah, come on in. When I saw Kevin on my doorstep, I was shocked to see him, and then seeing people next to him, I thought, well, here he's bringing his friends again. Why the surprise?
I just would like to talk to you with these guys and see if we can't get your health situation taken care of, because I've been away from you for so long, and I want to make sure things are good with you and that you're healthy.
Thanks.
I love you.
I know you do.
I'm JJ Virgin. I'm a nutrition specialist.
Well, that's something I could use.
I am Dr. Mike Dow. I'm a psychotherapist.
My first thought was I was excited, and then it went to embarrassment.
How long has this been going on?
Probably since I lost my kids. So like 20 years.
Do you feel powerless over sugar, Christine?
I know sugar has controlled me. That's why I don't want you to take it away. You can't just take it away. You can't.
Christine has created this perfect storm of addiction. So not only does she self-medicate feelings of sadness or loneliness, she actually needs sugar to feel normal.
We've got some things we need to show you. Okay, come on.
I'm ready.
Come with us.
With Christine trapped in a downward spiral of addiction, Dr. Dow and JJ want to show her where her current path is headed.
The whole point of the shock therapy is for her to make that extreme connection that what she's putting into her mouth is going to put her into the grave.
Oh my God. It was a grave made out of sugar. I thought, you gotta be kidding. I'm not ready for this.
750 pounds. It's the amount of sugar that you eat in a year. We have more to show you. I've seen bad eating habits over the years, but I've never seen sugar intake like this.
Do I get to take this home?
Do you know what that sugar does to you? It increases your risk of every major disease. Heart disease, osteoporosis, diabetes.
Eventually, we're all gonna die. I just don't wanna know.
Christine, you're using a lot of avoidance because you don't really want to come to terms with what this truly means for you and your life.
So when the grandchild comes over, what do you feed them?
What does this signify? Is this love?
Well, that's what they like. Kids like sugar.
Why don't you ask your son what his favorite memory of you and your relationship was?
Was it sugar cookies?
That's not why I got excited to see you. It was spending time with you that brought me to visit you.
Addiction is not just affecting you, it's affecting your son. And we've asked him to write to the Christine that is going down this path. Christine loves her son so much. If she realizes that she is also hurting him, maybe that will be the thing that is going to give her enough strength to do whatever it takes to treat this addiction. Kevin, would you mind reading that for us?
Mom, you and I went through a lot of life's challenges together. You lived every day of your short time on earth to the fullest and never regretted anything. That being said, you were extremely careless and selfish with how you took care of your health. You continued to binge and indulge in a sugar addiction, even when you knew it could kill you. That decision ultimately left me without a mom. I love you so much, Mom, forever and always. Your only son, Kevin.
When Kevin read those words, that's when I knew I was ready to make the change.
You ready to take that journey?
Let's get rid of it.
Goodbye.
Get rid of it. I know it's not going to be easy because in order for something to work, it has to be a little bit of a struggle. That's when you really, really learn your lesson.
Coming up, can Christine be pushed out of her comfort zone?
Let's try something that even scares me a little bit.
Oh
How about that one?
Octopus?
Oh,
Christine has had a sweet tooth since childhood, but her love of sugar turned into an obsession after her divorce 20 years ago. In order to start the healing process, Christine needs to face things head on. From her addiction to sugar, to her fear of the water, to her painful past.
I never went to my son or my daughter's graduation. I never felt welcome.
Yeah.
That is moments I am never going to get back.
I see the feeling when you talk about this. It's bitter, but you know what I also see?
Pain.
Sadness.
There's
and
a lot of pain.
In the right here and right now in your life, you can start spending time with your son. All of that other stuff, Christine, all of the past, if there's something that you cannot control in your life, we need to move you to a state of acceptance because you can't do anything about feelings of the past. The trick to creating happiness is to not make any room for them. I want you to fill your life with pleasure and purpose and power.
Dr. Dowd helped me realize that I was the only person holding myself back. I have no one to blame with how I lived my life except for me. I'm gonna think differently now.
The next morning, Dr. Dow wants to work with both Christine and Kevin to show them how to create a happy memory that doesn't involve sugar.
This looks fun.
I have never in my entire life been in anything like this. It looks kind of small and unsteady.
The next part of Christine's treatment will be to extinguish her fear of the unknown. This is important in treating her addiction because it will allow her to have pleasurable experiences and relationships. I want you to experience life, and I want you to teach yourself, I can do this. And I'm having a meaningful, loving life with people, with your son.
It'll be fun.
Okay, keep telling me that.
It will
okay.
be.
The unknown is always frightening,
You guys suited up.
but I need to do this for myself and for Kevin, and I'm going to do this. Failure is not a word I want to use anymore.
I'm gonna help you guys get out here.
I'm scared of water because I do not know how to swim.
You sure you can do this? You sure?
Yeah, why don't you get in and I'll pull it out.
Get in. When I first sat in that kayak, I thought, we're doomed. Then I programmed my mind that I have to trust and I have to create a moment. It was so amazing. When we were out there and things were real smooth, I'm like, this is so much fun.
Good work, Christine.
I totally let all my fears go, and I kept telling myself, we'll be fine, this is fun, this is fun. And then Kevin said, there's a wave coming, and I thought, oh, it'll be like a roller coaster. but I got up and saw Kevin.
When I came to the surface and saw Mom, she was laughing hysterically and having a great time.
You did it!
We did it. I was in the water.
You
We did it. We did it. We did it.
I don't think I've ever seen Mom that joyous and having that much fun, and it made me feel ecstatic.
This is the stuff of replacing food with meaningful relationships and experiences in your life.
This memory did not involve me having to wake up thinking, we have to bake cookies. You know, this is something Kevin was excited about doing, and I got to do it first with my son. This is so exciting. We did it.
Coming up, Christine faces a new food for the first time in years.
I have to eat it.
Dr. Dow and JJ have given Christine the tools to combat her addiction to sweets. Now she faces her first few hours without sugar in over 20 years.
I'm having Christine get all of the enemies out of the house, out of her car, everywhere. The sugar, the junk food, it's all gone because she's strong right now. But in those moments of weakness, if it's right there, it's too easy.
Sugar was my crutch. Throwing my crutches away, that's hard.
The next day, Kevin is back in Texas, so Christine decides to check in via video chat.
Talking to my son helped me tremendously.
So, be honest, how much sugar have you been eating?
I would take a lie detector test. I did not have any jelly beans or licorice.
But despite Kevin's support, that evening, Christine struggles when she sits down to her first home-cooked meal in over 20 years.
That's been the hardest challenge for me.
Okay.
Most food to me is pretty blah, but I'm going to put them in my body even though they do nothing for me, and I'm going to remind myself how it's going to give me that energy to walk all the way down to the water.
Over the next few days, Christine attempts to step outside her comfort zone. But when she chooses to go out, it's alone.
It's extremely tough for me to be social. It's not easy to put yourself out there.
On the fourth day, the loneliness gets to be too much, and Christine gives in.
I've had a few moments of weakness. I fell into my old routine of grabbing that candy. I know that taking 2 steps forward, sometimes you do take a step back. You know, that's with anything in life. But when you do take that step back, I'm going to be more aware of and ask myself, okay, why'd you do this and what triggered it?
Realizing that loneliness is a key trigger for Christine, on day 7, Dr. Dow and JJ ask her to join them for dinner to encourage her to get out and be more social.
Hi, you look fantastic.
Thank you.
Come have a seat over here.
Okay.
Tonight is the culmination of all of the things that she was terrified to do before. Trying new foods, being around people. It's having that experience that will teach Christine again, she can do this.
Oh my gosh! Kevin!
To up the ante even more, JJ and Dr. Dow have invited Kevin back from Texas and a few of Christine's acquaintances from work.
Oh, you look lovely.
Thank you.
This is going to be good.
This is a Spanish restaurant. We're gonna have tapas. What I want you to do is I want you to try things that are really a challenge for you.
I'm so glad you decided to join me for dinner.
The pleasure's ours.
Oh, okay.
Okay, I want you to look at things and go, what is the thing that almost scares me? Are you
Okay.
game?
Yeah.
Okay? That's all of us. Now you're going, what did I get myself into?
That menu was extremely foreign.
Date stuff with blue cheese.
I don't like blue cheese. It's like mold.
Will you try it?
I'm gonna try it.
Okay.
Let's try something that even scares me a little bit. How about that one? Oh, what does it say? This?
Octopus.
Sounds delicious.
Let's do it.
Let's try it.
Delicious.
All right. The pressure is really on for Christine tonight. We're taking her far out of her comfort zone.
Delicious. We have the dates.
Oh boy.
Oh, there you go. What's the verdict?
I want to make sure that you get some octopus there.
Okay, there it goes.
I have to eat it.
You can spit it out.
Okay, I don't like that. I don't like that.
Christine wasn't that excited about the octopus. She tried it, she spit it out. But the most important thing was she gave it a go.
I didn't like it either, Christine.
We just wanted to make sure we really challenged you. It was so gratifying to see Christine enjoying herself at the dinner table. It made me realize that she's taken that whole idea of the fun and the relationship with sugar, and she's been able to transfer it into something healthy.
I'm leaving Christine feeling confident that she will continue to make the right choices in her life. The more she fills her life with pleasure and purpose, the less sugar will be tempting to her.
I really am proud of you, and I want to congratulate you on doing such a great job.
When Kevin turned to me and said, "I'm proud of you, Mom," that's a moment every parent wants to hear in their life.
Good work, Christine. To you.
Before, my mood was up, down, and I'd almost be yelling at people. Now, it's just one emotion.
I feel excited.